Hello, everybody. This is Mark Mikelat from Building Aspirations, and I am excited that you chose to be with us this morning. This is a live webinar entitled The Sales Strategy That You Need to Be Using. And I know that you have choices. I know that your schedule is super duper busy, but you chose to be here today. And I thank you for that. And I appreciate it. And people are coming in more and more as we're getting ready here, but we always work to start right on time. And this is being recorded because we love to share the information with our fans in various ways, because we know that not everybody's schedule can accommodate my schedule for a live webinar, and that's okay. We just want to make sure that you get the information that you need to be more successful in your business. Now, you are in what is called listen-only mode in our live webinar, but that doesn't mean that you don't participate. I want you to participate. I need you to participate. And there's a little chat box. And just to test a little bit, make sure everything is okay, give us a little howdy ho in the chat box and let me know where you are today. This is coming to you from sunny Southern California in Long Beach, California, and from my home office, actually, not my headquarters, but my home office. And we are, I'm going to say, 3 miles from the beach. Let me know where you are. Let me know how life is in your area of the world. It is springtime here in sunny Southern California, and the roses are in bloom. Some of you who know me on social media know that I am a fan of roses. I have 21 different types of roses, and you've seen the Texas yellow star and the red roses. And oh, we have someone from Ontario, California, who says, we got like negative smiley faces there. I guess it's very cold where you are. And Alyssa is in South Carolina. Yeah, South Carolina. And she's starting up a graphics arts business and wants to know how to do sales. Okay. And we have Brian from Chicago. Hey, thanks for being here, Brian. And Melissa from NoCal, no city, but Northern California. Thanks for being here, Melissa. And let's see, Sarah. Thanks for being here, Sarah. And Melissa just said that she's from the suburbs, a small town just south of San Francisco. Welcome, welcome. All right, thanks for being here. And more people are coming in. But you know what? Let's get going, because I'm going to pack your brains. And Amy, my office assistant, is here. My office manager is here to keep me honest. So as you have questions throughout the webinar, make sure that you add those questions to the chat box, and we will get to those. Now, if you're wondering, who is this dude talking? Who is this guy? Who is this random voice? Well, this is the random voice that you hear. I am Mark Mikelat. And I always say that you can laugh a lot, you can learn a lot with Mikelat. I founded this company a number of years ago called Building Aspirations, because that's what I want you to do. I want you to take your aspiration in life, and I want you to build that into the professional life that you have, into your personal and professional everything. I want you to live and breathe what you want. I want you to have the life that you want. And the way I help you do that is by giving you strategies, real practical ideas for you to be more successful in sales. And I've been helping small businesses for nearly 2 decades. And this right here is the number one problem. It really, really is. Everybody always focuses on the product or service. You need to focus on your market. You need to focus on what's important to your customers and clients. And the most effective way you do that is in the sales process. You need to sell things that people want and need. If you solely create an awesome whatever it is and nobody is there to buy it, you know what? It doesn't matter. You will go bankrupt. And I've written books, I teach college classes, I do consulting, I speak at conferences, all in an effort to spread this message. So to learn a little bit more about me, go check me out at buildingaspirations.com. I'm very proud of the two books that I wrote, 50 Tips for Effective Networking and Achieving What You Want for Yourself in Your Life, which is the aspirations message that helps people break down huge goals and achieve them. And this is what I'm going to do today. Some of you may be intimidated by the sales process, but I'm going to break it down into reasonable steps for you to show you how you could be more successful. And here's our plan for today. We're going to talk about why the sales process is about them, not about you. We're going to be talking about the single most important factor in professional selling. You need to get people to trust you, and I'm going to walk through how you do that. You need to always focus on your clients first and the sales later. Some people are just way too aggressive in their sales. Most people are not assertive enough, but some people are just over the top. We want to make sure that you are in the right spot and have good balance between asking for the sale and not being too pushy, right? Because, oh, I don't want to be too pushy. I hear that from my clients all the time. I've been doing this for a long time, and I know what the challenges are, and we're going to walk through the challenges that you have so that you can be more successful. And then I'm going to give you a really powerful example, and I love this example, of why somebody will buy a $99 product but not a similar product for 99 cents. It's not about the price, folks. Walmart competes on price. I don't want you to compete on price because Walmart is going to crush you. And then if you sell something for $99.99, then your competitor sells it for $99.98, and then you sell it for $99.97, right? And then you're in a never-ending race to the bottom of your industry. Now, you can't ignore price, but when you focus on the proper sales strategy that you need to be using, you don't have to focus solely on price. You can be more profitable. Now, the primary reason that we're here is not about sales process or not about sales learning, but it's solely because you work too much. You work too much. I work with entrepreneurs and small business leaders and solopreneurs, and some of them work so incredibly hard. But you know what? Hard work is great if it's focused, if it's results oriented. If you are taking the stack of papers on the left side of your desk and organizing them and putting them on the right so you can reorganize them and put them on the left, you're being way too busy, but you're not being productive. So you're working hard, but you're not accomplishing anything. I want you to get results in your sales. I want you to get results in your business. And this right here is a great example. This is the primary reason that I do all that I do in my Building Aspirations business. My mom and dad were immigrants, and it was a powerful example growing up. They left war-torn Europe to seek out a better life in the United States. And they were really poor. When they got married, my mom's wedding dress was made from old curtains. And my dad's suit was not his suit. He had to borrow it from his dad, from not his dad, but his boss. He had to borrow it from his boss. That's how poor they were. And they moved to the United States and they started a better life. And I love this one right here. You can't really see it in mom's wedding picture. You can see it just a little bit if you know it's there. In her hand, she is holding a dish towel. That is the total sum of all the wedding gifts they got at their wedding. That's how poor they were. Everyone around them was poor. This was World War II devastated Europe. Buildings were destroyed. Jobs were eliminated. Factories were in rubble. Roads didn't work. People were poor. But mom and dad loved each other. And they got married. And they wanted to create an opportunity for themselves. And they came to America. And they had very meager educations. They didn't have skill sets. They couldn't speak English. And they started with $60. And they begged and borrowed money every which way, and they started a business. They started a tavern. And they worked every day, all day. Some people work hard. No, you don't even understand. Mom and dad worked 15 hours a day, every day, for the first 5 years. They never opened late. They never closed early. They never took a sick day. They never took a vacation day. They never hired a relief bartender. They worked all day, every day, because they didn't have a choice. They didn't have the skills. They didn't have the education. They didn't have the tools. They didn't have webinars. They didn't have business coaches. They didn't even speak English. All they thought they could do was put their heads down and work incredibly hard. Now, they reaped the rewards, and they retired early in their 50s. I want you to have their success, but I don't want you to work as hard as they did. I saw how hard they worked. They worked and they slept. They worked and they slept. That's it. I want you to work less. I want you to have less stress, work less, but have more success. And the way that you do that is that you implement a sales strategy that is truly effective for your business. And I'm going to walk you through what that is. And this is a very practical thing. And I'm going to give you an extraordinarily silly example. Because I could talk to you about my consulting at Hyundai, or how I did this on-site in Switzerland, or how I work with Microsoft. And that example may be good for some of you, but if I give a silly, simple example, I think that can resonate and help so many more people. So I'm going to give you a super silly example of how I made $10,000 selling killer tomatoes. True story, not embellishing this. This is exactly what happened. And it starts with 3 basic steps. And this is the sales strategy that you need to be using. You're going to, number 1, see the opportunity. Number 2, understand the market. And number 3, find the money. See the opportunity, understand the market, find the money. Most people get stuck on number 1. You know, they don't see the opportunity, they see the obstacle. Oh my goodness, I have so many people who just complain to me and whine at me in workshops. Oh, I'm having trouble. It's like, you know, I appreciate your challenges. I do. I have them too, and other clients do. And the clients who are most successful are the clients who explain the problem and see the opportunity. They ask me how to fix the problem, not complain about the problem. I don't want to be your therapist. I'm not going to be discompassionate with you in a consulting or a mentoring relationship. But if you can't see the opportunity, step number 1, you're screwed, right? Mom and dad didn't know what they were doing. They didn't have any skills, didn't have any money, but they saw the opportunity. And then number 2, you're going to understand the market. You're going to do a little bit of research. You're not going to be whimsical. You're going to understand what you're doing and why you're doing it. And then you're going to implement a plan to find the money. So number 1, you're going to see the opportunity. Remember, I'm sharing a very basic, silly, ridiculous, ridiculous example with you because I want you to see it doesn't matter about the product, it doesn't matter about the situation, as long as you have the proper strategy, it can work. Now, in the 90s, there were these things called VHS tapes. And these tapes you put in your VCR and you would play a movie on your TV. And all of a sudden, Walmart and Target said, you know what, we're not going to sell VHS tapes anymore. These are going obsolete. The new thing is DVDs. We're going to start selling DVDs. Tapes are becoming obsolete. Okay. Now, whenever something changes, there's an opportunity. Something's changing. Tapes are going away. DVDs are coming in. Now, I thought, you know what? Tapes are becoming obsolete, but does everybody immediately switch out their VCRs? Does everybody stop watching tapes immediately? No, of course not. That happens over time. So, I wonder if there's still a market for VHS tapes. So I saw an opportunity there, and then I sought to understand the market. I researched to see what the situation was. 80% of the retail sales market was gone. Walmart and Target sold 80% of the VHS tapes in the United States. Millions of people were still watching movies on VHS tapes, but they had 80% less opportunity to buy the tapes. I'm wondering if there are tapes in the marketplace. I'm wondering if I could go to wholesalers. I'm wondering if I could go to distribution centers and buy these tapes at a deep discount and resell them. That's my understanding of the market. I sought to understand the market. So I checked, and millions of people were still watching the tapes. So number 3, I sought to follow the money. I tried, can I buy a tape and resell it? Yes. So I would typically buy these tapes for $1.08. Sometimes I'd buy them for as low as a quarter. Sometimes they were more expensive. And then I would resell them at roughly $10 to $15 online. Gosh, why did I sell them on eBay? Risk. No risk. Do I want to open a store? No. Do I want to pay employees? No. Because there's an expense. If nobody comes to my store, I'm out a lot of money. If nobody buys my tape on eBay, what happens? I lose $1. So what? Right? I open a store, that could be thousands of dollars. So I'm following the money. I'm looking at the money and see what makes sense. And I know math is not everybody's thing, but if you buy something for $1, and Sarah already says that's a pretty good markup. Yeah. That's exactly what I'm going to. Yeah. If you buy something for $1 and sell it for $15, that's a pretty good deal, right? Some of you are making 10% profit, 20% profit. Maybe if you're rocking it, you're making 100% profit. I mean, this is 10,000% plus profit margin. Huge, right? And with no risk. Okay, if I go buy 10 movies for $10 and nobody buys them, guess what? I don't buy any more movies. What's the risk? $10 and a few hours of my time, right? There you go. eBay takes the risk away. Now, if eBay doesn't work for your business model, that's fine, but just look at the example, right? Don't get distracted by eBay specifically. I'm not saying you should be on eBay. I'm saying you need to find lower risk opportunities to follow to see what sales strategy really works for you. This right here was my most popular movie, Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. Now, this is a totally stupid movie. It's literally a movie about the attack of killer tomatoes. Killer tomatoes come from outer space to attack people in the United States. Okay, it's just silly. Okay, here is a still from the movie. Okay, that's a killer tomato attacking somebody. It's like filmed in somebody's front yard. Okay, the production quality is not good, the plot is not good, the storyline is not good, but it's an excellent movie. It's an excellent movie because it's entertaining, right? It's not an Oscar award winning movie. It's not intended to be. It's intended to be silly, stupid fun. Okay? You don't have to have a gourmet dinner every night. Sometimes you just have silly, cheap, inexpensive food because that's what you want. And if you have a good experience, it enriches your life, then rock on. That's great, right? And if I'm lying, I'm dying, people bought this from me and sent me thank you cards. Oh, I watched this when I was 12 years old. And I mean, it was like a piece of Americana, really, for a lot of these people. And they're a totally obsolete, low quality product. I made a lot of money and I helped people doing this. Right? That's kind of what building aspirations is all about. When you can create a win-win situation all the way across the board and make money doing it, golly, that's what I help my clients do all of the time. You see the opportunity, you understand the market, and then you find the money. That's the three-step process that you follow. And some of you may not see this as credible, but in my best month, I made $10,000. In my worst month, $6,000. This was not my job. This is one thing I did while I had my consulting practice, where I did IT implementation consulting, and I just did this as a sideline, maybe an hour in the evening on the weekends. Holy cow, $10,000 a month? It's not even your regular job. I think you could see how that's a pretty good situation, right? Now, of course, it didn't last forever. Eventually, VHS tapes are too obsolete. You can't sell them anymore, and eventually the inventory is depleted, okay? So it worked very well for a short time, but the strategy is sacrosanct. The strategy is rock solid. That's what you need to do. Now, a little bit more about the money. There are a lot of tools out there that help you find the money. Now, PayPal and Google Checkout are just two examples. Google Checkout, it had awesome potential and really never fit the bill, but I still talk about it as an example. I mean, if you want to implement, if you do e-commerce, implementing a simple checkout process to your website is critically important. The key here is it has to be easy to get to the money. Oh, here's the 9-step process to pay. No, right? It should be as easy as you can make it. And actually, Amazon.com has a special one-click payment process, right? Make it super duper easy. And both of these tools, and there are so many tools out there that allow and enable you to make it easier to get to the money. I want you to make it easier because that helps implement your sales strategy. And especially something like this, Square. The Square is a little mechanism that you can plug into a smart device to turn your phone, your laptop, your Kindle, your tablet. Well, you can't do it for a laptop. I beg your pardon. Yeah, for a tablet or a Kindle, to turn it into a credit card machine. And there are QuickBooks has a version, PayPal has a specific tool. I use Square just because I like it. Now, you could get swiping fees that are a little bit cheaper, okay? And this may not be appropriate for everybody out there, but once again, it's a tool that allows and enable you easier access to the money. Because sometimes someone's going to be in the moment, you know what, let me take a deposit right now. Oh, let's follow up on that next week. Okay, you're missing that opportunity. Opportunity. See the opportunity. And oh, somebody asks, is it safe? Yeah, well, yes, it is very safe. It has been established for, golly, 10 years maybe. I think I've been using it for 5 or 8 years already. Never had an issue. Always been easy to use. Any issues you have, sometimes you need a network connection. So your ability to process may be dependent upon the access to the network, but it takes 10 minutes to install. That little square is, I think you can get them for free if you have to pay for them. I've seen them on sale in stores for $5 and $10. It's very quick and easy and very well respected. And people just sign the receipts on the phone, and they're very accustomed to it. It's very prevalent and very well accepted. Now, quiz time. You need to understand, appreciate, you need to really embrace the idea of knowing what you sell. And so many of you do not know what you sell. I do live workshops and I've been doing them for a number of years. And I ask people all the time, what do you sell? And they don't answer the question. What do you sell? Oh, I'm a graphic artist. Okay, I didn't ask you what the title of your profession was. I asked you what you sold. Do you sell consulting? Do you sell coaching? Do you sell solutions? You're selling a solution. Nobody cares about your actual product or service. I need you to embrace that. I need that to sink in a moment. Nobody cares about what you think you sell. You actually sell a solution. That's all you sell. You sell a solution to a problem. If there are no problems, you do not have an opportunity to sell anything. Okay, if you sell, I'm going to say, fashionable clothes, you sell the solution for the need to be fashionable. If you have a restaurant, you do not sell food. You sell an evening away from the kids. You sell date night. You sell pampering yourself for an hour. You see that you need to understand the benefits and the solutions to your target market. That's what you sell, and that's where you see the opportunity. And when you're doing this, when you're engaging with this with people in the sales process, you need to capture your contacts and have a follow-up plan. Some of you may sell things that are relatively inexpensive and there's a quick process. Oh, it costs $1. Okay, I'll buy it. Most of you sell products and services that will require a little bit of thinking, a little bit of evaluation. They're not going to buy your vacation package for $10,000 by going to a website and clicking on it. They're going to come to the website once, think about it, talk about it, research. So you need to have a way to keep in touch with these people and follow up with them. Okay, in my example, in this webinar, is the eBay. eBay was my capture system. Okay, so I'm using a specific tool that has a specific target audience, and the contacts kind of come with the solution. Now, for some of you, for most of you, you need to do it yourself. And here is a really powerful, really great sales strategy follow-up plan. Email marketing. Because there is something out there called the rule of 7 in your marketing. Somebody needs to hear your marketing message 7 times before they understand what it is. So first they need 7 touches to understand what you are talking about. Then they need to build rapport with you. Then comes the sale. We're not even close to the final sale. And in eBay, it was like that. I know that like 40 people would need to see that movie, and maybe I'd sell 1. See, that's 40 contacts. Same, and that's for something that I'm selling for $15. Now, you need to appreciate that you need to be several contacts friendly, Because it's not one person, it's 100 people, it's 1,000 people, it's 10,000 people. And there is no way you can follow up to thousands of people individually. You need a system. Your sales strategy enables your sales system. And Constant Contact is a very basic, very inexpensive, highly effective way to gather these contacts and keep that sales and marketing engine going. And if you go to the link that I'm showing on the screen, buildingaspirations.com/constant-contact, that's buildingaspirations.com/constant-contact, you can go there and you can get started for less than $1 a day. It's very, very inexpensive. For the cost of maybe one marketing ad in a local newspaper, you could be on Constant Contact for 2 years. And Michael has been using Constant Contact for a year, and he's very, very happy with it. Awesome. Customer service is great, and good. I'm glad. Super duper. Thank you. So you didn't even ask for the testimonial. You got it right there. Woo-hoo. Awesome. Appreciate it. Now, when you're capturing these contacts, you're going to sell people what they want, not what they need. Don't be confused. People need almost nothing. We need air, water, and food. That's really about it. Okay, I've even had people, but I had one person once a few years ago argue with me. He was like a very, very aggressive arguing with me. But I sell car insurance. And in the state of California, people are required to buy car insurance. They need car insurance. I said, no, they don't. They don't need your car insurance. And that, like, man, you should have seen the blood just run out of his face. Because they don't. Even if they do need car insurance, they don't need your car insurance. They may want to buy from you. That's the whole thing. You need to sell to the wants. Nobody wants, or I beg your pardon, nobody needs killer tomatoes, right? But you want to buy this silly movie because it's fun. Now, in the sample I'm showing you oatmeal. And what you need to appreciate is the sales process is very emotion-based. And I want you to think of the example of cereal versus oatmeal. Now, people need nutrition, right? That's one of the very basic things we do need. We need food. We need to eat to survive. And oatmeal is a highly nutritious food. And a version of oatmeal is actually fed to thoroughbred racehorses. It is highly nutritious. We need nutrition. But that's not what people want, right? What do your kids want? They want sugar-coated chocolate cereal. There may be very little nutrition in this breakfast cereal, but that's what they want. And I challenge you, the next time you're in the supermarket, compare the cost of the oatmeal to the cost of the breakfast cereal. One has a significantly higher profit margin, the cereal, because of the emotion associated with it. People want it. Kids want it, right? You need to focus on the wants in the market, not the needs. Because this is the difference between a 99-cent product and a $99 product. I'm showing you the example of dental floss and laser teeth whitening. You need to floss your teeth. Dental floss, or flossing your teeth, is just a basic type of hygiene. It is required for good dental care. You will have bad breath. You're more likely to get periodontal disease and halitosis if you do not floss your teeth. You need to do it. But people want teeth whitening. There are no medical benefits to teeth whitening. It does not improve your health. It actually may hurt or even damage your teeth because you are shooting a laser at your face. Okay? Now, I'm not saying don't get laser teeth whitening. I mean, there are benefits to it, of course. There are emotional benefits, and I get it. Because you know what? If someone has a beautiful smile, they're going to have greater confidence. They're going to feel better. They're going to possibly be happier. So there are benefits, but they're emotion-based. You see? Similar to the desire, the emotion for the cereal, someone desires or wants whiter teeth. You don't need white teeth. You want white teeth. So this then allows people, dental offices, to sell a higher profit margin process, the teeth whitening. Right? Dental floss is 99 cents. Teeth whitening, $99 or maybe even $199. People buy what they want, not what they need. And people buy the benefits. You need to focus on the benefits. How do you make them feel? That's the emotion. Do they feel safer? Do they feel pampered? Do they feel satisfied? It's not a mathematical thing. It's an emotional thing. You make them feel better. And you need to really hone in on this. How? How do you make their life better? And wedding planners have loved this, and they've shared with me again and again. You know, there are some things that are really, really high profits in wedding planning because a bride is 100% focused. They are in the know that this is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. They are with their loved ones, and they want this. They want the cake, or they want the awesome pictures, or they want the awesome video, right? They don't need any of that stuff, but they want it. And they have an emotional need to make their life better with a super high quality wedding experience. And I'm not making an evaluation. I'm not saying anything is good or bad, right? If someone experiences something and it truly enriches their lives and makes them feel better about that experience, then rock on. Win, win, win. And if you have the opportunity to sell something like that that truly and sincerely makes someone's life better, that's great. That's an opportunity. See that as your opportunity. You need to embrace the idea. You need to be able to answer the question, do they want your product? Not need, want. That's desire, that's emotion. What are the benefits for them? Not for you, for them. Don't confuse features and benefits. We've been in business for 20 years. I give a crap that you've been in business for 20 years. What are the benefits to me? Right? We've been satisfying clients for 20 years. Our clients have respected us for 20 years. We've been providing exemplary service for 20 years. Oh, okay, that's a benefit to me. Okay, because you've been in business for 20 years, that's a fact. There's no benefits associated with that. So you need to make sure that everything in your marketing and sales messaging is benefits rich. How you help me, how you make my life better, how you take my pain away. That's going to help me want your products and services. Now, one of the best examples you can come up with is this right here. McDonald's sells something called the Happy Meal. Oh my gosh, The benefits are in the name of the product. What's the emotion? Happiness. How do you know? It's in the name of the product. Now, what you need to appreciate is number 2, understand the market. Don't confuse who your market is. The market for Happy Meals is not children. The market for Happy Meals are parents with children. You see, the benefits go to the market. The parents get the benefits. The children consume the product. They're the end user. They're the end consumer. But the target market is the parents. The children are not going to buy the Happy Meal. The parents are going to buy the Happy Meal. That's how you follow the money. If you expect the children to purchase the Happy Meal, you don't understand step number 3, follow the money. The parents have the money. So you need to understand this in context. This is particularly important if you sell B2B, because when you're selling business to business, how you deliver the product, how it shows up on a pallet may be important to the purchaser. Because if I'm buying your product and putting them on a shelf for the end consumer, right, I'm concerned with how those things are palletized. So be very mindful of who is your end consumer and who is the actual target market. They could be totally different. One of my clients time ago was a professional comedian, and he had great difficulty with this because he did not appreciate that his target market were the managers of the comedy club. He thought his target market was the audience. They're the end consumers. But the person who pays him is the comedy club. So the end consumers want to laugh, but maybe the target market wants a specific type of contract. You see? So if you're focusing on being funny, you satisfy the consumers, but not the target market, right? So understand the difference between your target market and the end consumers. Happy Meals are consumed by the kids, but purchased by the parents. This is a really hard concept for a lot of new and small business owners. And sometimes I'll be mentoring clients for a long time, and it might take them like months for them to get this. This is very basic. You need to understand your target market. Now, when you're selling, the single most important thing is trust. People need to trust you. It is not the product. It is not pricing. It is trust. If people do not trust that you can solve their problem, if people do not trust that you can provide them benefits, everything else is just lost. It's not going to work. And hey, wow, okay, people are really happy with the McDonald's example. All right, good, good, good. I'm glad you got that one. Awesome, awesome. Because people do business with people, right? I'm not just talking to a microphone. I'm having a conversation with people. I know that you are my market, and I would love full transparency to work with each and every one of you in a consulting, in a mentoring relationship. And I'll invite you to invest and work with me in just a little bit. I know that can only happen if this happens first. If you think, oh, Mark is blowing smoke, right? I don't trust Mark. Stuff is not going to work, okay? And it's more than just honesty. Honesty is part of it, but it's the way people engage with you. It's the way people do business with you. Because you aren't going to Starbucks. You are going to your Starbucks. You are going to see your barista at your Starbucks. A person is doing business with a person. So when in doubt, when you have trouble with this, always think backwards, right? How would you like to be treated in this business relationship? And when you can understand how you want to be treated, then you will pretty effectively understand this. So think backwards. If people trust you, they will refer business to you. This is why you need to spend a lot of time and energy on trust. Because although establishing that first relationship may be expensive and difficult from a marketing and sales effort standpoint, once it's created, oh my gosh, the world is so much easier. And if I'm lying, I'm dying. I remember one of my meeting planners, we booked an event while I was walking to the first tee at the golf course. She knew who I was. She knew the quality of my work. She knew that I was going to show up on time. She knew that I was going to wow the people at the conference. So it was a 45-second conversation. Right now, that first connection with that person may have taken months. But once that connection is established, oh my gosh, everything is infinitely easier. So the way you do this is you give first. Always about them first. And the way you can give first goes back to the email marketing. Connect with these people and offer them advice, offer them support, educate them, motivate them, give them tips. Okay, first. Okay, not forever, but first. It's about them first. Because you can't go for the jugular right away. Oh, help me get new business. No, I don't even know who you are. Give first, then you ask for referrals. And when you're asking for referrals, tell them how to do it. Don't say, oh, a referral would be great. No. Are there any other people in da-da-da-da-da to whom you could introduce me? Do you know any purchasing managers for janitorial equipment? Do you know people who work in this industry? Can you connect me? Tell them exactly what to do and then reward them. And, it could be a bonus, it could be an affiliate fee, but sometimes a thank you, a sincere, honest show of appreciation could be enough reward. People are people and they want to help you, but don't abuse it, right? Understand that relationship building is critical to having a powerful referral system. And oh my gosh, your referral system, when connected with a good sales strategy, could just make your business grow explosively. But reward them back. Be a human being. You do it with the email marketing. You connect with people first, you provide them value, you build rapport, and you do this in a system, right? If you have to call up 100 people, wow, that's tough. But you know what? With just regular email marketing messages, being consistent and persistent, it can really work. And okay, we had a couple questions about email marketing. Okay, the general comments are, how do you not be a spammer? Okay, I'm going to say, how do you not be a spammer? Well, here's what you do. Always provide them value and respect the fact that they're really busy. So if you send me an awesome message once a month, hey, that's great. If you send me an awesome message once a day, that's not so great, right? So can I invest 2 minutes of my life learning about some great information related to my industry and then seeing your sales tip? And that can happen once a month? Yeah, of course. That would be great. And for most of you, once a month is a good strategy. Maybe once a week. I typically do it about once a week. I'm a little bit more. But more than that would probably be a little bit aggressive. And people know that you're selling. People know that you're marketing. And, they get it. But if you are just selling, just marketing, buy my product, then yeah, that pushes people away. So provide high value in those marketing messages. Now, see the opportunity, tap into the buyer emotion, and sell to the want. That's how you do this, folks. Sell to the want that's emotion-based. Now, the first one is you. You need to see the opportunity. Okay, then You tap into the emotion. That's a little bit of both. And then sell to the want. That's you. Okay? So there's a lot of you involved here, and it has to do a lot with mindset shifting. A lot of people just misunderstand, misappreciate the sales process because they don't think about it the right way. Typically, they're very, very internal when they're thinking about it. You need to think about them. What do your customers want? You need to think about what your customers want. Cheap price, exclamation point. Okay, possibly, but you know what? Hand to God, if one of your clients gets a super duper cheap price from your competitor and something breaks, the cheap price wasn't what they want. They want value, okay, but it's reasonable price for reasonable quality. That's really what I think people want, you know. And you can ask your customers, you can research them, you could do this in a lot of different ways, but you have to do it. This is number 2, understanding the market. So these are the key questions to understanding the market. Number 1, what is being sold? It's not what you think. Remember, what are you selling? You are selling a solution. What is the solution? What is the problem? And what is the solution? You are selling a solution to the problem. That truly is what is being sold. Then, who is the market? Remember, McDonald's. The market is the parents. The consumer is the child. What is the want? Remember, you need to tap into the emotion for the want. People want white teeth from the teeth whitening. They want it because of confidence, happiness. That's the emotion associated with the wants. So all of these go together in your sales system. And we have a limited amount of time, and I want to be respectful to everybody's time. Everybody's time is precious. So I work to provide as much high value as I can, as quickly as I can. Hey, I'm okay. I'm getting smiley faces and exclamation points. Thank you. I'm glad you're learning some good stuff. And I want you to take it to the next level. I would love for you to work with me in a mentoring relationship because I help you answer these key questions. Because time and time again, I know from practical experience, you have trouble answering these questions yourself. I had 3 client engagement last week, and we're all working on the basic question of who the target market is. One of these persons is an author. I mean, well-educated, very respected in her field, coming out with a new product, and she's still struggling with who the target market is. Okay, so it's a real challenge for a lot of people. And sometimes just simply you need expert help to help you deal with that. And I would love to provide that to you. Now, this is done in a one-on-one coaching relationship with me. This is my mentoring program. And you can learn about it by going to buildingaspirations.com/work with Mark. buildingaspirations.com/work with Mark. So you can go to that link, or you can just go to buildingaspirations.com, go to offers in the drop down where it says work with Mark. That's information about my mentoring program. The mentoring program is 6 months with me one-on-one. This is not a group. This is not any course. Sometimes consultants try to sell you these e-courses, which could be valuable, of course. Yeah, I sell e-courses too. But in this is high value, high touch. So go to work-with-mark, or just go to buildingaspirations.com. Check out the website. It's very comprehensive, a lot of great tools there. I want you to take advantage of this opportunity. And you know what? I want you to take advantage today, because I know I've been doing this for a number of years. And there are so many people out there that are just hurting and they need help. and I'm ready to give the help to you. And do you have to pay me for my expertise? Of course. You know what? Can you do your plumbing yourself? You could, but you probably hire a plumber. And you get the bill from the plumber and you're all frustrated, right? But you got value from that because they did something to, they provided a solution. They help you have a safer home or a cleaner home. They did something that made your life better. They took a problem away. That's what I'm doing in my mentoring program. I'm helping take a problem away. So I just shared the link with you in the chat box. And if you want to go there and learn a little bit about it and then follow up with me and get started, I would love to help you. Um, do we do this remotely? Yes, absolutely. Thank you for that question. This is via phone, and we can do Skype and record these things if you want to. That's certainly great. I want you to get value from this. And quite honestly, remember back to the referrals. I want to be in a relationship with you that provides value to you into perpetuity. No lie. I want to help you forever if I can. And if maintaining a professional mentoring relationship with me provides value for you forever, great. Let's keep doing it. Because I want you to be an advocate for me. I want you to get so much value that you recommend me to your colleagues. So that means that I need to provide you high value. You're not going to give me a referral if I'm blowing smoke, right? That can only happen if you're truly happy and successful. So go to buildingaspirations.com, work with Mark, learn a little bit more about the mentoring program, and I would love to start working with you. Well, we're pretty much right at the closing time, so I thank you so much for investing your time and energy to be here today. And I will see you on the next webinar. Enjoy the rest of your day. This is Mark Mikelat from Building Aspirations. Thanks for listening.